Why is it that we're in these companies and we have the exact same product or service as everyone else, we have the exact same compensation plan as everyone else, and yet it seems that we just keep struggling. We just can't become as successful as others in the company. Why is that? Well, I'm going to share with you what I call the truths behind the secrets. Hi, my name is David Abron, and I'm going to use the power of pictures. I'm going to draw a picture and share with you what your company is not telling you. Why it is, I don't know, but I'm going to share with you what 100% of successful people do on a daily basis that's not even being taught by our companies. And if you embrace these truths that I'm going to share with you behind these secrets, then you will instantly, and I do mean instantly, get success in your business. Now, let's use a picture here, right? I'm going to draw this, and you might say as this comes together, oh, I know what he's drawing. I've seen that before. I get it. Oh, my blue's not working. So let's try red. It's going to be kind of funny with red, but that's okay. We'll get the point across. And you might be saying, oh, I know what that is. That's an iceberg. And you can do the iceberg analogy. Well, you're right. I am going to do the iceberg analogy, but it's going to be a little different. I think it's going to be a very powerful eye-opener for those of us that are watching here now. And as we know with this analogy, right, we've got 10% of the iceberg above and 90% of the iceberg below the water, right, with the red being the water, okay? And this is dying too, so we'll just have to go with the red for now. And on the surface, right, and this message is mostly intended for my friends that are in a network marketing company or are affiliate marketers, and you're using the same products and service and comp plan everyone else's, but it just doesn't seem to be coming together for you. And yet the information I'm going to share with you now will certainly benefit those of us that have our own products and services, or we have a passion, like a dog training passion, that we want to create a lifestyle by design around that passion. This is going to hold true for you as well. So, again, it's mostly intended for my network marketing friends, so I'm going to gear it there. So if you're a network marketing company, right, the 10% above, and what most of our network marketing companies are teaching us is, our product, our service, and or, our biz op, right? The biz op. Talk about the benefits of it, certainly the comp plan, marketing strategy, which unfortunately is many times family and friends, right? And we are not going to get into that in this video, but if you look into the archives of my blog, you will see a post that talks about that and the power of that and how you can leverage it. Okay. So most of our companies are saying, okay, guys, go out there and talk about the benefits. And let's say you've got a product that sells, I don't know, it teaches you how to get rid of free radicals, right? Or not teaches you, but it's a pill, a lotion, potion pill that gets rid of free radicals. Free radicals being those things in the body that, introduce cancer or allow your cells to get crazy and cancerous. And the product gets rid of it. So you can start talking about getting rid of cancer and getting rid of, you can't say get rid of cancer, but you can start talking about getting rid of these free radicals or to manage the free radicals, and that's what you're leading on. And you might start to get some success, but you're wondering why things aren't happening. Well, because what really needs to be discussed is what's going on underneath the surface, the other 90%. And guys, I am telling you right now that 1,000% of those of us that are successful in business are focusing on this 90% daily, okay? And whether you're in network marketing, you're in affiliate marketing, or you're in some other industry, it doesn't matter. This, what I'm about to share with you, is extremely powerful. And that is, it can be summed up into personal development, okay? But what does that mean? I mean, how do you, or how to do personal development? What does it really mean? Well, things like, and I'm just going to be very general, but like that self-talk we have, right? And we all have it. Perhaps as you hear the sound of my voice, you've got self-talk going on right now, and you're like, oh, I get it. And most of the neighborhoods in our mind, guys, most of what's going on up here is a bad neighborhood. It's a negative neighborhood, right? So we talk negatively. And literally what we feed our mind, and this self-talk is feeding our mind, what we feed our mind, we then put out into the world. And it's just like food, right? So if you eat, garbage food, fast food all the time, fast food restaurants, and you start to feel lethargic, you have no energy, you're feeling like crap, crap in, crap out. And then once you change your diet, right, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, or whatever the diet is that you switch to that's more healthy, you start to feel more vibrant, more energy, and that sort of thing. It's the same with is that better? It's the same with our self-talk, right? So as we feed our minds, if we're constantly feeding it negative stuff, like a negative self-talk, or like the TV is mostly negative, the news thrives on negativity because that's what sells. And human beings like to rally around negative stuff. It's just crazy. But literally, the more negative you put in your mind, the more negative you put out into the universe, the more negative you get back. We'll talk about that in a second. But self-talk. So it's one thing to say you got to change self-talk. But it's another thing, and here's the truth, guys. It's another thing to know how to do that. How do you do that? Another thing is interesting is our associations, right? Associations. So there's a saying out there that says you are the sum of the 5 people you most hang out with in any aspect of your life. So you can look at your income, your health and wellness, your relationships. It doesn't matter. So if you add up the income of the 5 people you hang out with, divide it by 5, that's going to be your income. If you add up the health and wellness, like the wellness of the 5 people you most hang out with, divide it by 5, that's your wellness. Try it for yourself, guys. You'll be amazed. So your associations, then you want to say, well, how do you associate with more like-mindeds? How do you associate with more successful people? Well, that, again, is the how-tos. And it's these how-tos that the companies up here, guys, aren't talking about. Okay, here's another one for you. And I can just go on with these all day because we do these every day, and that's how leadership is born, guys. This is how success happens. Another one is what about the word I'm thinking of is your mission and or setting an intention. Okay, a lot of companies out here will talk about your why, right? And we've heard about your why, and so the companies will say, figure out your why, and then when things get tough, realize your why, and it'll empower you to do more, which is there's some truth there. But most of our whys are like, why are you in this business? Well, I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to make $20,000 a month. Or I want that big house. I want that car. I want that lifestyle, right? Well, I challenge you to take it to the next step, and this is what success does, is it takes the why and creates a mission that's bigger than us. So it's not about the money, it's not about the house, it's not about all these things. All of these things are just energy, right? It becomes a byproduct of a mission. So you create a mission that's bigger than yourself that people can get behind. Because people aren't going to get behind you wanting to make $10,000 a month. They just won't get behind that. But they will get behind you wanting to change the world in some fashion. And to do that, you have this, your mission feeds into your primary business, and then it all starts to filter together, and then people want to get behind that. And then setting an intention. This is so big, you guys, because we've heard about the power of the law of the universe, right? We've heard about The Secret, the law of the universe, all these things. How does it work? I don't know how it works. I just know it does work. And when you start to put out intention, let me give you an example. Let's say you're in a network marketing company, you've been in there for a month, and it's just not working out, right? You're saying to yourself, God, I've tried all these things, I've done everything my upline is doing, it's just not working. I can't get a sale, I can't get a recruit, I can't do anything, it's just not working. I don't know what to do. That's all negative. That comes from a place of lack. And so when you put that place of lack out, you're going to get more of that back. So you keep saying, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what to do, and more of that comes back to you. So you keep having this trickle effect of failure versus same situation. You can say, gosh, I've done everything my upline says, and nothing's worked, and that is fantastic because now I know these things that I've tried don't work, so I can discard them, and I can now look into other things and try them, and if they don't work, great. I'll know not to do those again. If they do work, fantastic. I can now scale those efforts up. Okay? And what you're doing is you're coming from a place of abundance. It's abundant because if these things don't work, there's always others that do. And this is a place of abundance, and the universe brings back abundance. And it's all about how you vibrate that from your core. So intention is about vibrating from your core. Well, how do you do that? How do you do that? That's the magic. That is the truth behind the secrets, guys. And it's the how-tos right here that needs to be discussed, needs to be figured out, needs to be incorporated in your everyday business building activities. And you will this stuff up here, the 10%, will literally become easy. I mean, it's going to become simple. You're going to be going, duh, I can't believe that this abundance is now coming into my life so quickly when before it was so difficult. Why? Because now you're focusing on the 90% that success adheres to, okay? The 90% that success adheres to. I mean, I can go on and on. I can even say something as simple as reading. And you say, well, I don't need to know how to read. And yet I challenge you because it's the how-to is what type of books do you read? When's the best time to read? How much do you read? And why is it important? Why is reading a book, on personal development or a book on mindset or a book on other things going to help you achieve more? You're like, why aren't I, spending my time marketing my business instead of reading this book? It doesn't correlate. Again, that's the how-to properly read, why it's important, and why it is that success reads. And I can go on, there's quite a list, right? So again, guys, as you hear the sound of my voice and you begin to identify with some of these truths and you start to realize, yeah, Dave, you're right. My company never does talk about that. You're right. These things are pretty powerful. You're right. I do have a why, but it's all about me. You're right. If I did have a mission and learned how to set an intention, I think that would benefit not only me, but I would be able to help a lot of people achieve more. So if this is resonating with you, I sincerely congratulate you guys because many of us are asleep to this 90% and are so focused on this 10% that our business is literally suffering, on the vine. And we just don't know why. And then we go back to our company or our upline and they're just going to be talking about, you got to talk about the benefits. Have you shown the comp plan, right? Have you done the marketing? Have you made your list? Have you gone through that list? Have you gone to a meeting? And it's like, well, gosh, man, yeah, it's just not working. I challenge you just to slow down, wax on, wax off, right? A karate guy, remember that movie? He wanted to learn karate from the master, and the master had him doing all this crazy stuff. And he's like, well, what the hell, man? I just want to learn how to fight, how to do karate. And the master's like, well, you have to work on self. You have to figure out, you got to get yourself straight. You got to get yourself straight to be successful in anything, karate as well. So this is what I have found to be the truth behind the secret of success. And literally those of us that embrace this truth and really take a step back so we can have, 2 steps back for 1 step forward and really focus on the 90%. Then when we turn our focus back on the 10%, guys, it is money. I mean, it's like you're not even talking about money. You're not even talking about these things because you're vibrating from your core, your intention, your purpose, your mission, and literally all of your self-talk is positive, which puts you in a position to accept more opportunity into your life and realize what to do with that opportunity, and it's just a very powerful way to go. Now, again, as this begins to resonate with you guys, I sincerely encourage you to connect with me, right? Connect with me. Connect with me on Facebook. Like me on Facebook. Like my fan page. And just say, hey, Dave, I've seen some of your videos. You really resonate with me. Love to know more, that kind of thing. Because what we literally do around here is we create leaders. We literally create success so you can now take what's going on here and apply it to your business. We are the 90%. That's what we do. We're a leadership freaking factory, and it's awesome. Love that. That's why we're empowered, right? So with that, guys, I encourage you guys to reach out to me. Let's start the conversation and like and share this post so others can get the value. And again, another side note, right? With the abundance attitude, if you hide success from your team, from the world, then you're operating from a lack. I literally share everything I know in all my videos. If you start looking through some of my videos, you realize, man, this dude shares a lot of value. And the reason why is because it's abundance. You help more people get what they want. You get what you want is what Jim Rohn coined, this whole abundance mentality. But that's literally what it is. You simply put out good stuff, and good stuff comes back. And there is plenty of business and plenty of room for growth for all of us. So I don't mind sharing all the cool, great nuggets here. With that, guys, go make it a great day. David Abram, and we will talk again soon. Bye for now.